Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to another video. And in this video, we're gonna be working on the rear floor. Got the rear floor all cleaned up. Pretty much I took out my air ride system that used to sit on that upper deck area of the trunk. Pretty much try to, clean up as much of the trunk as possible, just so I have a cleaner area to work with. Look at my old air ride system. I'm definitely gonna clean that up. Probably gonna be switching up now to airlift. I have currently AccuAir right now, but I gotta simplify this whole wiring and stuff like that. So it's too old school. Had the air ride system for probably a good 6 years now, I think. 6-7 years, I don't remember, but I was using the AccuAir switch speed system with the Dakota digital analog that would show all the pressures and stuff like that for the bags and the tank. So but yeah, so pretty much cleaned out this whole area. I even took out my sub. I don't think I'm running a sub anymore in here. So the first thing I'm going to be doing pretty much is, since I'm going to be doing the fuel cell in the trunk now, as you guys can see, the OEM seam sealer that goes around the whole floor pan there, I'm pretty much going to try to see if I can remove as much as possible, clean up the seam seal so I can get all the welds. From there, I'm going to try to pretty much drill out the spot welds and pry just the rear floor itself off. So once I got the rear floor off, then I'm going to be working on putting the new sheet metal. Literally, this hole where all the seam seal is, just put a nice flat sheet metal there. So that's what I'm going to be working on this part of the project, and have this all nice and clean. So let's get to it. All right, guys, I basically just started kind of just removing some of the seam sealer, but now I'm going to go ahead and take the wheel. I'm going to be using this wheel right here, basically to kind of remove as much of the seam seal as possible. All right, so the seam seal is starting to come off with that brush, so that's good. The only thing is that my dumbass forgot to charge the batteries for my drill that I'm using. So I got 2 batteries that are dead, so I'm waiting for them to be charged. While I'm doing that, on the downtime, I'm just gonna say fuck it and just cut the hole already, so I have that. finally got the floor off. This is my first time doing this. Honestly, I mean, it came out pretty good. Now, basically what I'm gonna do is kind of make it a little bit better, clean it up, where all the spot welds are, grind them, throw some primer on there to protect it because I didn't buy any of the sheet metal as of yet. So I still gotta do that. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take cardboard to see pretty much what size I need it and make this shape so that I'm ready to, once I have that, get it cut, then I'll go ahead and pretty much I can weld it back in. All right, so here's an update on the trunk floor setup. So basically what I did is I just made a template today on exactly how I want to cut the sheet metal. Just using the cardboard. So it's gonna lay like that. Pretty much.
Like that.
So you guys can check on the bottom.
And the bottom?
Yeah, you're gonna check on the bottom.
Oh,
and that's pretty much how it's gonna be. I mean, as soon as, obviously with the sheet metal, it'll look a lot better. As far as the rear body panel part, that flimsy area now, what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to basically make a like a beam, like a square tubing or something like that to support it on that side of the floor. So it's gonna have to run from one side of the rail to the other, so I can support it, and then I can go from there. So basically welding that square tubing and then getting the sheet metal. So that's gonna be the next part of this project. All right, guys, we back at it again, and finally at the stage now that we're gonna be welding the sheet metal and the support that I've created right there along the rear body panel. As you guys can see, I kind of prepped up the areas where I'm gonna be welding. Originally, my plan was to punch some holes onto the sheet metal where I would plug weld onto the rail ends and that rear cross member. Well, I decided not to go that route. I got my Millermatic 141. That's what I'm using here. Yeah, so pretty much that's what we're gonna be doing. I'm gonna start off with welding this brace. As you guys can see, I got it with the holding on to the clamps. That's gonna support this ledge because the rail end, see how it kind of curves? So what I did is I kind of made this here to kind of give it support, keep it straight and leveled. If I haven't told you guys, the metal gauge that I got was 18 gauge. And this is a 3/4 of an inch square tubing. I was trying to go more for like a stitch welding type of look rather than kind of like just like tack welding everywhere. But this is kind of my first time obviously welding, and you know, I still need a lot of practice, so it's not the best for sure, hands down. But you know what I mean, it's gonna do the job. You can see it's really sturdy. I don't know if you can see it, but and then I went on the bottom, same thing. I didn't go around, but I know you can't probably see it, but that support on the rear body panel, I went ahead and tack welded you know, the spots all around. So all right, so let's pick up where we left off. I welded already the sheet metal, and now what I did is I threw some like kind of etch primer or some e-coat. So once this dries up, I'm gonna go ahead and apply the seam sealer. The way I'm gonna be applying it, I'm hoping once it's dry, I'm gonna be taping up the two sides on each edge. Maybe not so much this side because it has bigger gaps, so I might just like kind of blob it in there, and then you know, either with my finger or a brush, kind of just brush it in to kind of fill in those gaps. But I'm gonna try to see if I can make it as clean as possible before I just kind of you know, use a brush or something like that to kind of put it in there. And I'm gonna do the seam seal as well as underneath. Alright guys, so my little touch underneath the black portion around the floor is undercoating. So I just sprayed some undercoating all along where it was seam sealed, and I just decided to do this for shits and giggles. Put this on the bottom. So, but yeah, I think the underside is done. I ain't doing really much else to that. I mean, it is what it is. So figured I just keep it like that. And as far as the top is concerned, I went ahead and sprayed it on top of the seam seal now, so you wouldn't see it. I can leave it like this if I really wanted to, but as you guys can see, that tan color is really different from like the actual factory color of the car. So what's gonna be going back here, just to kind of let you guys know, is the fuel cell is gonna sit inside the center here. I'm gonna redo the air system for the air ride, and pretty much the tank for the air ride, one compressor, and then management. Off to the corner here, I don't know if I'm gonna have it on this rail end here or ducked off on the side, is where I'm gonna put the battery. So that's gonna be the three things on this air in the trunk. That's all it's gonna be here. But yeah guys, I guess this wraps it up. This has been fun. It's my first time ever doing anything like this. So the welding, the seam sealing, the sheet metal, the cutting, all this stuff has all been my first time ever doing this, and it's been a good experience because I learned a lot on the way, and it's been cool. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, I've been posting it more on there, like day by day type of thing. Like every time I work on it, I kind of post it just to keep everyone, you know, in the loop of what I'm doing. If you guys follow me there, then you guys can see that. But yeah, hopefully next video, I'm not sure what it's gonna be, but I'll keep you guys posted. So peace.